How can you sit there and advocate for a system that has proven itself bankrupt time and again? It is academic negligence.
Negligence is a strong accusation, Fred.
7 things you must never tell anyone. Stop telling people these 7 things. These are Nietzsche's warning nobody takes seriously enough. If you don't start taking them seriously from now on, you'll soon have yourself to blame. And I mean it. Now, listen. The most expensive thing you give away for free every day is not your time, not your money, not your energy. It is access to your mind. Right now, someone in your life knows exactly where to hurt you. Not because they figured it out. Because you told them. You told them your biggest goal before it was real. You told them what you were most afraid of. You showed them where the wound was. You described the dream, the plan, the next move, out loud, in detail, to someone who had not yet shown you whether they deserve that access. And here is the part that should genuinely disturb you. You cannot take it back. Every goal you announced before it existed, and that quietly lost its energy after you did. Every wound you confessed that came back to you months later in a conversation you did not expect, in a form you did not recognize until it was already inside you. Every plan you broadcast to the room that somehow never happened. That information is still out there. In someone's memory, in their understanding of you, in the story they now carry about who you are and what you are worth. Most people in your life will never use what you gave them against you. But some will. And the ones who will are almost never the ones you suspected. You called it honesty. You called it trust. You called it being real. Friedrich Nietzsche had a different name for it. He called it the most common and least recognized form of self-destruction available to intelligent people, not failure from the outside, quiet, voluntary surrender from within, one open conversation at a time. This video is about 7 specific categories of your interior life that you have been handing over to the wrong people at the wrong time. And what it has been costing you is far more than you have allowed yourself to see. Stay until the end. Rule number 4 is the one most people have already paid the highest price for and never understood why. By the time this video ends, you will know exactly what to protect, why, and what changes when you do. We live in a world that worships sharing. Share your journey. Share your process. Share your struggles and your wins and your doubts in real time. And most people have followed this instruction without examining what it actually costs. Because sharing feels productive. It feels like connection. It feels like progress. But here is what the psychology actually shows. When you share a goal with someone and receive their acknowledgement, their enthusiasm, their support, their positive response, your brain processes that social recognition as a partial completion of the goal itself. The reward circuit fires. The hunger that was driving the work is partially fed. And the result is measurable. You feel less compelled to do the actual thing, because the brain has already started paying itself in words rather than results. This is not a theory. It is documented behavioral research, and it applies to more than your goals. The same dynamic, giving away something valuable and receiving something cheaper in return, runs across all 7 of the following rules. Rule number 1. Never announce your goals before you achieve them. The moment you tell people what you are going to become, the brain begins to treat the announcement as evidence of progress. The telling feels like moving, but it is not moving. It is performing movement for an audience. And every performance of progress draws from the same energy that should be building the actual result. The strongest people you will ever meet have a specific quality in common. They show you what they built. They do not narrate the construction while it is happening. The announcement is the achievement. The silence before it is the work. Practical rule. Keep your most important goals between you and your actions until the result exists. Let the result be the first communication. Rule number 2. Never overshare your personal life. There is a specific cost to giving everyone full access to your interior. The more people know about your life in detail, your conflicts, your fears, your relationships, your private circumstances, the more material exists for misunderstanding, judgment, and use. Most people who use what they know about you against you do not do so maliciously. They do so as a reflex. When the pressure of conflict makes everything they know about you available as leverage. Privacy is not secrecy. A private person is not dishonest. They are simply someone who understands that not every relationship has earned the same level of access. You can be genuinely warm, genuinely present, and genuinely connected, while still keeping certain rooms locked. Practical rule: before you share something personal, ask yourself, has this person demonstrated, through their behavior over time, that they can hold what I am giving them? If the answer is not clearly yes, the answer is not yet. Rule number 3. Never publicize your good deeds. There is a quiet but devastating change that happens to generosity the moment it becomes public. The act stops being about the person you helped. It becomes about the audience observing the help. And the moment your generosity requires acknowledgement to feel complete, the reward has shifted from integrity to attention. Nietzsche was precise about this. An act performed for approval is not the same act as one performed for its own sake. They may look identical from outside, but the person performing them knows the difference, and over time, the habit of needing recognition for your generosity erodes the quality of the generosity itself. The people who do the most genuine good in the world are almost never the loudest about it. They do not need the audience. The doing is the reward. Practical rule: in the next week, do something genuinely helpful for someone and tell no one. Notice what that feels like. That feeling is integrity. It belongs entirely to you. Rule number 4. Never give away your wounds before trust has been earned. Everyone has wounds. The question is not whether you carry them. The question is who you allow access to them. And the answer should never be everyone. When you share your deepest vulnerabilities with someone who has not yet demonstrated through consistent action that they are trustworthy, you are not being open. You are being exposed. And the specific danger of exposure is not that people will use your wounds cruelly, though some will. It is that they will use them carelessly. They will reduce what you gave them. They will reference it at the wrong moment. They will mishandle something that deserved far more care than they were equipped to give it. Genuine vulnerability, the kind that builds real intimacy, is not the same as premature disclosure. Real vulnerability goes deeper because the foundation of trust underneath it is solid enough to hold it. Premature disclosure is not courage. It is the loneliness of someone who needs to be seen so urgently that they cannot wait for the relationship to be ready. Practical rule: share the depth of your wounds in proportion to the depth of demonstrated trust, not the trust you hope someone will have, the trust they have already shown. Rule number 5. Never reveal your financial situation. Money has a specific distorting effect on relationships, and the distortion runs in both directions. Tell people you are doing well financially, and you introduce jealousy, expectation, and the quiet reshaping of how they relate to you. Tell people you are struggling and you invite pity, unsolicited advice, and a shift in how they see your competence. Neither version is neutral. Both versions change something. The relationship that existed before the number was shared cannot fully return to what it was. Because now you are no longer just a person to them. You are a financial situation. And people relate differently to financial situations than they relate to people. Your lifestyle communicates what it needs to communicate. Your financial reality is yours to manage, not theirs to know. The simplest protection is the cleanest one. No numbers. Rule number 6. Never broadcast your next move. Every plan you announce before it is executed is now a plan that lives in other people's minds as well as yours. And other people's minds bring other people's fears, other people's doubts, and other people's projections about what is and is not possible for you. Most of the people who discourage your plans do not mean to. They are applying their own risk tolerance to your ambition and telling you what they would be afraid of if they were the ones making the move. They are sincere and they are completely unhelpful because their fear is not your information. The plan that lives only in your mind, supported only by your conviction, fed only by your work, that plan has an integrity that the announced one does not. It has not been shaped by the doubt of someone who would not have attempted it. It has not been altered by the well-intentioned caution of someone who cannot see what you see. Practical rule: move first, reveal the outcome. Let the result be the announcement. Rule number 7. Never show everything you know. The person who feels compelled to demonstrate the full range of their knowledge in every conversation is not demonstrating confidence. They are demonstrating the need to be seen as capable. That need, the anxiety that drives it, is visible to everyone in the room even when the knowledge itself is genuine. The most quietly powerful people in any room are the ones who appear to be holding something in reserve, who listen more than they speak, who choose their moments with precision rather than filling every silence with evidence of their competence. This is not performance. It is the natural result of someone who does not require external validation of what they already know. Wisdom, as Nietzsche understood it, involves restraint. Not the restraint of someone who has nothing to say. The restraint of someone who understands that what is held in reserve commands more respect than what is constantly displayed. Practical rule. In your next significant conversation, speak less than you know. Observe more than you share. Notice what changes in how people engage with you. Here is exactly what to do with all of this. 5 rules you can begin applying today. The first, before you share anything significant, ask one question. Does this person need to know this, or do I need them to know it? The first is communication. The second is often seeking something. Validation, reassurance, connection. If the honest answer is the second one, sit with that need privately before acting on it. The second, run a 1-week silence experiment on your most important current goal. Tell no one about it for 7 days. Work on it privately. Observe what happens to your motivation, your ownership of the work, and your sense of momentum when no one is tracking it. The result of this experiment will be more persuasive than anything I can tell you about the value of silence. The third, identify the one person in your life with whom you consistently overshare and consciously reduce the depth of your disclosure this week. Not because they are a bad person, because the relationship has been taking more of your interior than it has earned access to. Notice what protecting that territory feels like. The fourth, practice completing something without telling anyone it is done. Finish the work, let it sit. Do not announce it. Experience the specific quality of ownership that comes from a result that belongs entirely to you before it belongs to anyone else's opinion. That quality is what you have been giving away. The fifth, the next time you are in a conversation and feel the pull to prove your knowledge or share your plans or explain your situation in detail, pause. Ask yourself what you are actually trying to produce in the other person. Approval, admiration, safety, name it honestly. And then decide whether the disclosure is worth what it costs. Nietzsche's quote at the beginning of this video was not about astronomy. It was about protection. The chaos within you, your raw ambition, your unfinished becoming, your most private goals, is the material from which something extraordinary can be built, but only if it is protected long enough for the building to happen. Every time you give that material away before it has formed into something real, you are not being generous. You are interrupting your own creation. The strongest thing you will ever build is the one nobody saw coming. Because while you were building it, you were not announcing it. You were not performing it. You were not asking permission for it. You were simply building. Comment the rule that hit you hardest. The one you recognized immediately because you have already paid the price for ignoring it. I read every single one. Like this video and subscribe to the channel now for more videos like this. See you in the next one.